How do you find yourself after you've lost yourself because you got married as a woman? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process so that you can find you again. And I'm speaking as a woman who's been through it and wants to just help other women navigate it. Guys, let's get right in. First things first, if you're watching this and you're not married, I need you to know the power of an engagement ring. You see that will you marry me question? It is not a question that should only get you excited. You're happy. Hey, yes. It's good. You're excited. You're getting married. Perfect. But let me explain the power of a yes to you. That's yes. Let me explain it. You are saying yes to uprooting your life from where you are to where the man is, because in most cases, that is what is going to happen. You're saying yes to putting him first and you second. You're saying yes to putting us first. So even if he favors you, but doesn't favor us, you would have to reconsider. You're saying yes to the numerous changes that will happen through all your pregnancies, depending on the number of children you want to have. You are saying yes to the tough conversations, the financial conversations, the emotional conversations, the mindset conversations, the parenting conversations, the trust conversations, and process that you're going to go through with this one person. You are saying yes to the rest of your life. So think about this thing properly. Think. Babe, think it well. Okay? Good. Now, single people out of the way. You have gotten married and you had to move from a country to a different country. You had to leave a well-paying job to go live with the man that you married because you said yes. The moment she said, I do, you pack up, boom, everybody, a woman's place is by her husband. Pack your bag, we're going. That's it. And I hope you're not spending so much time. If you're here to do your wedding, you're not spending so much money and so much time planning a wedding if you cannot really afford it like that. Because listen, the last day you're going to speak and see a lot of people will be your wedding day. And from the moment the wedding party is over, everybody goes home. Honey, I promise you, nobody's coming to ask you how is the marriage going. But they'll ask you, how is the wedding coming? Yeah, good. So now you've lost yourself. You've left a well-paying job. You've moved to a new country, a new continent. There's no job there. You have to start afresh. It's almost as if you're a nobody. And some days, for those of you with children, some days you're wondering, am I a milk bank? Because all I do is breastfeed. What am I in this? Am I a cleaner? Every time I'm cleaning, every time I'm cooking, this is not my life. I used to be a boss babe. I used to. It is what I used to. Calm down. Now, this is what I want you to do. Number one, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for that level of ignorance that you had before you got into the marriage. And that ignorance it hits you. You don't know you're that ignorant until you marry. It just slaps you in the face. And then you're seeing so many things that, what? Okay. Yes. Forgive yourself for that ignorance and start your learning journey because you're going to learn a lot. Okay. And I just hope you have a kind partner, a supportive partner, and that will make the journey easy. Number two, find a mentor. Somebody that you can talk to and tell as it is, that can say to you, I see you, I hear you, I have been there, and this is how to navigate this. I am not in your marriage, but if this is happening and that is happening, let's try this. Find a mentor because it's going to be confusing. You're going to fight over silly things, confusing things, and you're going to struggle a bit to gain balance. Find a mentor. That mentor is going to keep you centered. Okay. Number three, I hope you have access to someone your husband listens to for the days where he is not hearing you. I hope you have access to somebody that you can speak to that can call both of you together and speak sense into both of you, and you guys will go and fix it. I hope you have that. Okay. My next point is, I need you to understand that whatever you built before can be built again. But sometimes a new beginning is actually what it is. It is literally a new beginning. You might have seen yourself succeeding in a particular industry. You might have been a successful banker somewhere else, and you move into a country where to get into the banking system is war, right? It's not a skill that you can easily just start using, put to use in the nation where you found yourself, or in the states, however your situation is. I want you to understand that you are not a tree. If God did not want you to pivot to ever be anything else in this life, He would have made you a tree so that you just stand in one position from the day you came till the day you die. But you're not a tree, you're a human being, which means you have the ability to change your mind. You have the ability to try new things. And I want you to open your mind to new things and leave that regret behind. You know, that regret of, I could have been, it could have been, I would have been the director by now. I had this going, I had my factory going, I had 200 workers. Now I'm just here sitting here. Listen, if you've decided to move, to live with Him, I need you to understand that what brought the result you had before was not the land. It was inside you. And you have the ability to replicate that same thing anywhere in the world, because it is not a function of environment. Environment can affect it. Policies, procedures differ in different nations of the world. But I want you to know that even if it's a different thing entirely, you that bettered the one you're leaving to get married can bet something even bigger and better. Okay? So change your perspective, because perspective is powerful. And sometimes if you cannot see it in your mind, you cannot have it. And the last thing I want to say is, go to therapy. Please go to therapy. Go to therapy with your husband and go sort these things out. Professional therapy. Find people who are licensed to offer marital therapy and work these things out. I'm not a huge advocate of run out the door. My love, everybody has something they're working on. The next person you're running to, you still do the work, because this work is something that cannot be avoided. The person you're married to is not your brother. You don't have the same upbringing. You don't have the same experiences. You don't have the same understanding of a lot of things, and you're coming together to form a family. So there will be those gaps. There will be those misunderstandings and all of that. So get therapy. And the last, please don't resent this man you married. Okay? Don't resent. Resentment. Resentment, when unchecked, can turn you into someone you will not recognize. So you see a lot of women that are so disassociated in their marriages. Like, they are there. They're still answering Mrs. Whoever. They have children. But when it's between them and the man, they don't know what he's talking about. They don't know what he's about. And the man does not know what she's about. Everybody's just moving ahead. Like, they're just roommates bearing the same surname and just living. Do you understand? And I don't think you want that for yourself. So it starts with resenting him. And from resenting him, you get into this place where you can't even recognize yourself. And sometimes, because, oh, if I leave, people will say, you now stay there. So I hope this offers some clarity and comfort and makes you feel seen to a certain degree. And honestly, find a supportive tribe of women that are successfully married that can help you navigate this phase of your life. Your mentor, your mom, whoever. Okay, but please make sure that that person has emotional maturity to not jeopardize your marriage. Okay, that person has the emotional maturity to treat issues as issues, not as persons. Okay, and they are for you, not against you. And I hope this conversation helped. This is just coming from a sister who has been there and who is navigating it, and who just wants to help you navigate it. When I got married, I would consider it the peak of my career. I was a master of ceremonies, hosting events for the state houses, for ASU Rock, for banks, international organizations in Nigeria. You know, they flew me here and there. I was getting good money. You know, young girl that had her life together. I had a vision that had it on my vision board. I was going to host the Oscars someday. I had images of, you know, people I wanted to be like, kind of podcast I wanted to have, the kind of TV show I wanted to have, the kind of conversations I wanted to drive. And then, boom, I get married. And 4 months after my marriage, I had to leave all of that behind to move to an island. And if you know anything about islands, they are small. The island I moved to, I think we were only 100 and something thousand people. There's nothing like events. It's not Lagos where events happen every single day, or Abuja. So I struggled when I got there. I really, really struggled. And you know, mine was very funny because in Nigeria, I had wanted to go do my master's in London, and I got into admissions then. So I thought to myself and said, okay, I'm going to go and do my master's. I need something that can make me money when I'm doing my master's. Then I can do every weekend or twice a month. London to Nigeria was 7 hours. I can quickly do a 7-hour trip, come host my events, then go back to school. So I took my diploma in content marketing. I finished that. I took another diploma in advanced content marketing, and I got this remote job where I was doing content marketing for a firm in the UK. And you know, all things were working together in my head because this is where I'm going. I'm going to the UK to do my master's, so it's good. I'm already working with a UK company, so I yada 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 yada, all those nice things. And then I said yes, and that yes changed my entire life. Was the first 1 year after I made that move, was it smooth? I'm not gonna lie to you, it was not. Because you're coming from being this in-demand master of ceremonies to a place where there was silence. But I was able to navigate that with help from my mentor, Mama Bear, and my mom, and my good friends. And I'm here today offering you some advice and support. And I really, really hope that this helps. Happy International Women's Month. I hope this video provided some clarity and eased your burden to a certain degree. Bye for now.